People are going to say what they want to say and think what they want to think, and I can't change their minds. Remember, the time you feel lonely is the time you most need to be by yourself. Life's cruelest irony. The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. Every single time you help somebody stand up, you are helping humanity rise. To be successful, you need friends, and to be very successful, you need enemies. Successful people enjoy the journeys they embark on, irrespective of whether they reach their destination or not. I want to build to that mogul, legendary level. Be sure what you want, and be sure about yourself. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. There are a lot of things I wish I would have done, instead of just sitting around and complaining about having a boring life. It should not matter, of course, that I could be crazy because, as luck would have it, fortune favors me. A flower does not use words to announce its arrival to the world. It just blooms. Education is what they equip you with, just in case your dream doesn't work out. Embrace what life gives you, for even the unexpected can hold hidden blessings and opportunities. I'd rather have cancer than a dishonest heart, which isn't being pious, just practical. Cancer may cool you, but the other's sure to. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds. For the world is in a bad state, but everything will become still worse unless each of us does his best. Beware of the small things. A small leak can sink a great ship. Dead yesterdays and unborn tomorrows, why fret about it, if today be sweet? I never expect a perfect work from an imperfect man. Dream as if you'll live forever, live as if you'll die today. Loving yourself is required for authentic relationships. I don't paint dreams or nightmares, I paint my own reality. Don't panic. It's normal to get lost every once in a while. Caught up in a whirlwind, sometimes winds too get lost. It is important that when we make a resolution or establish a goal, that we take the action necessary to accomplish that goal. The more you talk about them, the more important they will feel. The more you listen to them, the more important you will make them feel. It isn't a sadness, but a joy that we don't do the same things for the length of our lives. A person is wise if he listens to millions of advice and doesn't implement any of it. The elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs one step at a time. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. I is for integrity. Be honest with yourself and others. The true delight is in the finding out rather than in the knowing. Your life will not end with death. You are immortal. You are always there, and you always will be. A man who does not know his weaknesses will never understand his strength. What one generation finds ridiculous, the next accepts, and the third shudders when it looks back on what the first did. Always be like a water. Float in the times of pain or dance like waves along the wind which touches its surface. People at war with themselves will always cause collateral damage in the lives of those around them. No one human being knows the full truth about another human being, not even one's nearest and dearest. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Everything looks impossible initially, and then everything eases out gradually. Beginning is the key. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. It is culture that is the bully, or an ALDO central to theo-weight lay, saltation. The smallest light has greater power than the largest darkness. Integrity is doing what is right and truthful, and doing as you say you would do. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The past is a place of learning, not a place of living. An intelligent man is one who acknowledges his intelligence as that of those who surround him. Don't appreciate me. I'm not up to it. Don't criticize me. I don't deserve it. Just be my friend and forgive me, because I am craving for it. It is evident as a matter of logic that, since they disagree, not more than one of them can be true. Above all else, guard your heart, for it affects everything else you do. It's better to have a few faithful friends than numerous shallow friendships. It takes as much courage to have tried and failed as it does to have tried and succeeded. You are not the opinion of someone who doesn't know you. Successful people don't have fewer problems. They have determined that nothing will stop them from going forward. I'm very polite by nature. Even the voices in my head let each other finish their sentences. At some point, we all look up and realize we are lost in a maze. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. Perhaps the rare and simple pleasure of being seen for what one is compensates for the misery of being it. I can't seem to be a pessimist long enough to overlook the possibility of things being overwhelmingly good. It shocks me how I wish for what is lost and cannot come back. To be alone is to be different. To be different is to be alone. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. Even a mistake may turn out to be the one thing necessary to a worthwhile achievement. You've a good heart. Sometimes that's enough to see you safe wherever you go, but mostly, it's not. The simple step of a courageous individual is not to take part in the lie. One word of truth outweighs the world. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. The trouble with fiction, said John Rivers, is that it makes too much sense. Reality never makes sense. I never trust frank and simple people whose stories hold together. If life gives you any trouble, punch it in the face. No matter how good you get, you can always get better, and that's the exciting part. Truth is like the sun. You can shut it out for a time, but it ain't going away. The butterfly counts not months but moments and has time enough. To become a master at any skill, it takes the total effort of your heart, mind, and soul working together in tandem. We never realize just how many other lives we can help when their paths cross our own. If you're in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99%. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Wake up with determination. Go to bed with satisfaction. Small shifts in your thinking and small changes in your energy can lead to massive alterations of your end result. Don't waste your time in anger, regrets, worries, and grudges. Life is too short to be unhappy. Becoming well-known is the most valuable element in the connection process. It's strange how dreams get under your skin and give your heart a test for what's real and what's imaginary. Truth would quickly cease to be stranger than fiction once we got as used to it. You may be good, but that doesn't make me bad. You may be intelligent, but that doesn't make me a fool. Being kind is the greatest thing that costs nothing, but it is everything to the person who receives it. Whoever said money can't buy happiness didn't know where to go shopping. It has shown me that everything is illuminated in the light of the past. It is always along the side of us, on the inside, looking out. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. Be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. Feel your emotions, live true your passions, keep still your mind. There is nothing more important than your eternal salvation. Excellence is not a destination, It is a continuous journey that never ends. I cannot trust a man to control others who cannot control himself. Whenever a soul leaves the body, a void is felt across the world. I will not deny, but that the best apology against false accusers is silence and sufferance, and honest deeds said against dishonest words. It doesn't matter what we are. It matters what we do. To say that the first casualty of war is truth is to miss the rather more important point that a principal weapon of war is lies. My point is, life is about balance. The good and the bad. The highs and the lows. The pina and the colada. As far as I am concerned, philosophic questioning is just as likely to make you confused and depressed as it is to improve your condition. Stop doing what is easy or popular. Start doing what is right.